Call the meeting of the Leitchfield Utilities Commission to order for Thursday, March the 7th, 2024. You have a draft of the minutes of our meeting held on February the 15th. If there are no additions or corrections, would entertain a motion to approve those minutes. Motion by Mr. Alley? Yes. Second by Mayor Miller. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All right, and the next item is the approval and the ratification of the bill list. Those have previously been sent out to you. Did anybody have any questions about those? One thing you may have noticed that I talked to you about, the gas bill was up quite a bit, I think, and that was due to that 4 to 5 days of pretty expensive gas we had to buy under that operational flow order. So, but we held our rates the same and kind of absorbing that. We still had some margin in it, but just didn't make a lot of money in January. But I think the way our revenues will get recognized, a lot of those usage in January will actually come in on February's income. So, but the expense went out in January, so there'll be a delay there. I guess I could make note of that when we do our review of the financial statement. If there are no questions about the bill list, entertain a motion to approve that. Motion by Mr. Jones, second by Mayor Miller. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. The next visitors, we have Council Member William Dallas with us. Do you need to address us or say anything? Just all right. Thank you. The next item is the election of officers. That would be for chairman of the commission, vice chairman, and the secretary treasurer of the Utilities Commission. Is there a motion concerning that?
Is there Hall gonna be when Kevin gonna be here?
Kevin has been appointed to the commission. He's just been unable to get here for this meeting so far. He may he was expecting to be here, but he may have been delayed for some reason.
Okay.
I'll make a motion, Bob, just leave it like it is if everybody's willing to continue to.
Motion by Mayor Miller and second by Mr. Alley to leave the officers and remain as is. Any discussion? All in favor of that motion? Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. Next item is under unfinished business to update everyone on the bypass lift station in North Leitchfield. Dave, you want to take off on that or Dwight?
Yes, I'll be happy to.
All right.
I finished got together the easements, put them all together, and got a hold of all the people that own the property. They, one group was, well, one of the persons was local, the other did not live here, but then the Smiths live out of town. One lives in Georgia, one lives in Colorado, and one lives in Bowling Green, and got a hold of them, and they've all been sent out. And Wes Whitmore, who his company owns one section. We've already got that easement done. Wes is going to drop it off to me. It's all signed, he said. And Mr. Smith, who lives in Georgia, we got his easement back today. And the other two have contacted me, said they received their easements, and of course, got to get them notarized. I don't look for any problems.
Okay. Good deal. Dwight, from the technical aspect of it,
I gave a copy of each of you have a copy of these. These are the final drawings. I also have 95 pages of specifications that I didn't print out. You're welcome to look at them if you want to. Brandon said with Conviron said he was going to submit the final Division of Water permitting tomorrow. He said that he and I are going to get together next week and talk about bid dates, bid openings. If y'all have an idea, we could probably settle a lot of that tonight.
I would suggest we just go ahead and authorize him to go ahead.
That's what I think we need to be on record as the commission authorizes him to advertise for
as soon as he gets it complete.
As soon as the specs are complete, and that way we can go ahead and if y'all work out a schedule for that, that's as soon as possible as far as the commission's concerned.
Yeah, well,
Because it
it's
looks like
ready, it's
we'll
ready
have
to
all
send out
easements
for
in hand
bid.
way before we start the construction anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Is there a motion to authorize Superintendent Embry, along with Ken Virens, to advertise for bids once the bid specifications are complete, which I think really and essentially they are, but authorize him to go ahead and do that advertisement?
I'll do it. I'll make a
Motion by Mayor Miller and a second by Commissioner Jones. Any discussion? All in favor of that? Okay, that's that. Any other unfinished business that we have from previous meetings? Any new business?
Yeah, I want to mention, we had asked the council Monday to consider adding Good Friday as a paid holiday. Hey, Kim. There you are. I'm sorry. Long drive. Yeah. We wanted to run it by you guys. I expect we'll be able to make a decision on that probably at our next council meeting. Just wanted to check with you guys, see what you thought about it. If everybody can mull it over and let us know before the next council meeting.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to take a look at it as far as the total number of holidays we've got now. If we do Good Friday, do we need to look at maybe scaling back on one we already give, or, you know, is it versus, I don't know. I'm not saying I would do that, but,
We've had a lot of discussions and meetings with KLC and everything. Lori's got some information over there, but generally, most cities our size and cities of about every size have got 2 to 3 more paid holidays than we do.
Okay.
So, and that's part of the goal of retaining people and getting good people and retaining them. And
Yeah, that was one of the things they really talked about at the personnel meeting that we went to, on the 21st, I think it was, of February.
Yeah.
That was one thing a lot of companies and businesses were doing was, trying to add a few more benefits in there to entice people.
yeah.
I think right now.
Well, as an
we only
example,
have
the other day, I mean,
10.
I
counting the
missed-
floating.
I missed my garbage route day because I thought we had a holiday that the city didn't actually have on, I guess it was
President's
it
Day,
was
probably.
President's Day. And I thought, well, my garbage is going to run a week late, and I didn't set it out. And all of a sudden, it's like everybody else's garbage was gone. It's like, well, it wasn't a holiday, was it? And so I ended up having to take it down there. So I get what you're saying. I guess one of the things that kind of concerns me, though, is when we take a holiday, there are so many people that get thrown into overtime because, you can take it off, but the people at the water plant, sewer plant can't
Right.
take it off.
Yeah, and our
Right.
police
And it
department.
starts adding, some pretty good expense to us, but,
I'd like to see what that costs you.
Yeah, Billy actually asked Sabrina for those figures, and I think she's working on them. That was what, didn't you ask her for some figures on that? And I know she's working on that.
but you think you'll do that like on Monday? A week from Monday, I guess?
yeah, we'd like to. It's coming up
That's
pretty
the
quick.
last meeting before Good Friday.
yeah.
so.
Well, whenever, is Sabrina supposed to furnish those numbers to you like a week prior or?
Yeah, I know she was working on them. I'll ask her.
Just have her
whenever she's
copy
gonna
us
get it.
on
I
those
will.
when they go to Billy, and then if we have anything, I mean, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. That's kind of a council decision, but we've gotta, if you wanna provide input, get those numbers and contact Mayor Miller and the council and say, okay, this is my concern, or we're good with it, or just, give them some feedback so they'll know what your feedback is. I can't say anything. The New York Stock Exchange takes Good Friday off, so my office is closed on Good Friday, so it'd be kind of hypocritical to me, I guess, to
Well,
voice a
we'd
lot
had-
of
yeah.
opposition to it, but.
We'd had some money budgeted, I think, before I came in, right, Lori, for Juneteenth, which we
Yeah,
thought that was
we
going to
had
be
been
declared
working that
everybody
into
off
the
holiday,
budget.
but it didn't turn out that way. So instead of Juneteenth, that's what we thought we'd move it to
And,
Good Friday.
Again, we had a human resource call yesterday, and I know our company's done some things basically on Family and Medical Leave Act type time, that seems to be pretty generous, so. Um, Yeah, we kind of got to be competitive. All right, anything else about that particular issue anybody wants to comment on or say? So we're leaving that as Sabrina will furnish us the information for cost. And then if you have an opinion, you're to relay it to the council so they can have that into consideration at their meeting.
Yeah, if we don't hear from you, we're going to count it as a yes vote.
Anything else on that issue? Any other new business? I'd like to welcome Mr. Ferris to the Utilities Commission. He's no stranger to Leitchfield Utilities. He's served in both as a commissioner and as a chairman of the commission, as a foreman, and as a superintendent. He's done it all, so.
Thank you.
You should know.
Look forward to working with you. The March Chamber Luncheon will be March the 14th. If you plan to go and let Lori know by Monday. You have the January financial statement from Sabrina. We always hand these out, but do not take any action until you've had time to review it at your next meeting. And again, I did notice that if you look back into the gas part, you know, we had quite a few gas purchases in January, but a lot of that revenue we generate will actually flow through to the February statement. But overall, I think I've not looked at it in depth, so I don't need to make a lot of comment on it, I guess, but I think we're about where we thought we would be at this point in the year. Anyone else have anything?
What about right-of-ways? How much is it for do we have to have for sewer, gas, and water right-of-way? And a lot of them, like new developments or even an old development, they've sold 2 or 3 lots and what got down between 2 houses. I mean,
We normally, our easements, like the easements you just did, how many feet were they? Are they 30 feet or
No, it was 60.
60?
We have, I put a construction easement on each one of them, and then the permanent easement is, I think it's 15 feet on either side of the line.
So it's a 30 total,
I
15.
believe that was the way I fixed it. You hit me kind of cold on that one.
All right.
What I was talking about would be worried about is somebody digging their footer and they hit the main. Because a lot of the lots.
Well, with most of our area within the city by planning and zoning, there's offsets, and we try to stay off of that, and they would have to submit a plan, so we shouldn't be into that situation, hopefully, with anybody that's gone through the proper planning and zoning procedure.
There's a 10-foot easement on either side of the property line, so that's a total of 20 feet that goes through planning and zoning. That's what
Yeah.
Bob's talking about, the utility easement, in addition to the setback.
Here's what I was worried about, when they come out and start digging the footer and they come right across that gas line where they stood right in between 2 lots, and then they don't have the.
Yeah, well, I mean,
You cut the gas line in two.
yeah,
and
of
then-
course, anybody that digs is supposed to call 811 Bud and have us mark it, and then you have the offsets, and then you have the right-of-way easements, so I don't know that there's anything else we can do about that. In theory, if somebody rogue wants to go dig something up, they're gonna go dig it up, but if they go by the proper channels, I think we're covered. You have any other questions or any other business?
Some of them, we don't even know where the dead end lines are.
Chair would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Jones, second by Mayor Miller. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Meeting adjourned.